Good evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, we'll bring you a video from Sunday's Coffee County Veterans Association Patriots Day event. John Gray will speak with Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell, and we'll talk with Kat Murray about her tribute to Michael Jackson's show coming up this Saturday at South Jackson Civic Center. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Have you heard the news? The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new and improved website. That's russellbarnett.com. With over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, then look no further than russellbarnett.com. Online service appointments, customer testimonials, and vehicle history reports, this website has it all. We are the largest Middle Tennessee family-owned dealership with 5 locations to choose from. russellbarnett.com, and why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Mike Winton, and I'm running for State Senate for the 16th District of Tennessee. Raised by a single mother who worked multiple jobs to raise our family, I understand the value of hard work and the obstacles met by many members of this district. Because of this, I'm committed to ensuring that you have access to education and health care. Whether I'm on a mission trip or running my business, I always remember it's about our witness and not about me. Be sure to vote for me, Mike Winton, so that our district can win with Winton.
This ad paid for by the candidate.
I see a train a-coming, it's rolling up the track, and it looks like that train's loaded with a real good Democrat. Mike's headed up to Nashville, that's where we need him to be. And if we all vote for Winton, we'll finally have a state senator who really represents you and me.
Be sure to vote for me, Mike Winton, so that our district can win with Winton.
Mayor Lane Curlee is challenging Tullahoma area citizens to join him in a walk across Tennessee, and you don't have to leave Tullahoma. This fall, get fit by putting one foot in front of the other and walk across Tennessee. You'll win prizes, get weekly fitness tips, enjoy fun weekly walks with local personalities, and you'll feel great getting fit. We want businesses, churches, families, and friends to form a team and join Walk Across Tennessee. Starts August 21st and ends October 15th. Take the first step to a healthier life and join this free program.
Welcome back. The Coffee County Veterans Association honored several first responders on Sunday in observance of Patriots Day. Several hundred veterans and citizens gathered at the Coffee County Courthouse Square for the event. Let's watch a portion of those award presentations.
Thank you, Gary. Our next presentation will be made by the DAV Commander, Mr. Howard Thompson.
Dilton Harris, please come forward. Dylan. Disabled American Veterans, Coffee County, Chapter 90, Patriot of the Year, Manchester Fire and Rescue, Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris was employed by the Manchester Fire Rescue Department in July of 2015 while he was attending Tennessee Fire and Codes Academy. The instructors conversed with the fire chiefs all over the state on a regular basis and mentioned potential bright prospects. When it came time to select a new firefighter, Mr. Harris was at the top of the list. He quickly adapted to his new work schedule and surroundings. Living and working in a fire station takes a special person, and this job is not for everyone. During his first year on the job, he has met or exceeded all standards that he was required to meet. He is a volunteer fire department with a new union volunteer fire department, and is a key part of the department's makeup. He is the first to volunteer for any tasks that come up for the department. His work ethic and attention to detail are excellent. He is a dedicated public servant that isn't afraid to volunteer his time whenever things need to be done. He is one of the first guys to step up in planning and set up the annual fire department Halloween haunted house. He has been a key volunteer for the past several years with Area 13 Special Olympics, volunteering his time to assist with worthwhile cause in any way he can, from running different events during the Summer Olympics to cooking hot dogs for the children and volunteers. It's hard to think this kind of dedication to a community is found in a lot of people these days, but Dilton Harris is definitely an exception to the rule. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. Our next presentation will be made by the DAV Auxiliary President, Ms. Margaret Stellings.
Everyone for showing up today. And would Sergeant Patrick Turner please step forward? Sergeant Turner joined the Tennessee Highway Patrol in 1998. He served as a road trooper in Lawrenceburg County District until he was promoted to sergeant in 2011 and was assigned to the Coffee County Scales. In addition to his role as sergeant in Coffee County, he also serves as the adjutant instructor at the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security Training Center. Sergeant Turner trains cadets during the Trooper Academy and also has specialized training for troopers to develop their skills. Sergeant Turner is also the District Field Training Coordinator, ensuring that the new troopers receive the proper on-the-job training before being released on solo patrol. He is also a supervisor on the District 2nd Strike Team and has been selected to provide security at the 2017 presidential inauguration, which is an indication of his dedication and ability to perform well above and beyond which is required. Whatever the task may be, Sergeant Turner always displays the utmost compassion, certitude, and professionalism. It is reassuring to know that we have someone of Sergeant Turner's caliber serving the citizens of our state, and it is an honor of the Disabled American Veterans Auxiliary to award this plaque to you.
Thank you, Margaret. All of these recipients are so tall. Something about tall people. Okay. Our next presentation will be made by the Tullahoma American Legion, Mr. Alan Harris.
I also like to introduce Benny Garrett, Post Commander, Post 43. We have 2 awards today, go to very deserving gentlemen. The first, Gene Nichols, Sr. Gene has been with the Hickerson Station Volunteer Fire Department for almost 30 years. Did I get that right, Gene? 25, okay. He started as a firefighter and now holds the position of captain. Gene is a very active member of the fire department and in the Hickerson Station community. Anything that needs to be done, Gene is your man. He's an employee of K&S Steel Fabrication. Gene has been married to his wife Kathy for 28 years and has 5 children, 2 of which are also firefighters with the Hickerson Station Volunteer Fire Department. Congratulations, Gene. I'm probably not going to read the bio of the next person, but will Deputy Chief Phil Edwin Duncan please come forward? Phil Duncan has been a firefighter for 43 years, all with the Tullahoma Fire Department. Phil was born and raised in Tullahoma. Well, actually born in Alabama. We won't go there. But and raised in Tullahoma. 1971, graduate of Tullahoma High School and started at the fire department in 1973. He is currently the deputy chief, also the training officer for the fire department. His wife, Charlotte, is a retired school teacher. You want me to tell him how many years? I won't tell you how many years. Son Rodney is a volunteer firefighter, and son Scott is a captain in the Murfreesboro Fire Department. So congratulations, Phil Duncan.
And we'll bring you more video from the event on next week's news. We'll be back in a moment with more Newsleader on 6.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Welcome back. Newsleader's John Gray spoke with Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell about the special character it takes to be a policeman.
It leaves me up here with Chief Paul Blackwell to do police pointers this morning, and I'm really, really happy to do that and happy to be here with him. Paul, thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I know that you have a very, very personal feeling as a military individual and also as a policeman about the 9/11 events and how all of that took place and how our country has rebounded and the things that have been achieved since then. And do you feel that, like I do, that although the first responders deserved more respect than they got, that respect after 9/11 has risen up just a little bit?
Oh, without a doubt.
Nationwide.
You know, and it's unfortunate that it took a traumatic event like that to get that change in attitude. But yes, definitely. And I'll go back even years before, after Desert Shield and Desert Storm.
Right.
The confidence and the respect and the show of support for the military was enhanced greatly after Desert Storm.
Right.
And then it continued on, and unfortunately the events of 9/11 not only and afterwards enhanced the military role, but first responders. I think people really, things we'd been saying for years about when a critical incident occurs and everybody's running away, it's going to be your first responders running to the scene. And I think 9/11 really demonstrated that when we saw the masses of people trying to get out of the way and the police, the fire, the EM rushing to the scene.
Tell me how training turns an average person from wondering, do I really want to go do this, to here I go. And I know training is the only thing that can make that happen. I mean, yeah, there's some of us that will do that automatically, but when you're a first responder, you don't get an option of having the choice.
And I think that's it, is that you don't have the choice.
And the training is there to make you feel comfortable knowing that you are properly prepared to handle these situations.
And I think it starts when we have our interview process and we make it clear to people that you're going to be asked to do things that are out of your character, that are out of the norm, and you're going to be trained to respond. You're going to deal with these things probably on a pretty regular basis, short of the major event, very critical event. But you're going to respond to some things over and over and over again, and you're going to become maybe immune to the danger involved, because that danger is now replaced with an adrenaline, because law enforcement is hours of sheer boredom accented by moments of excitement. And when that excitement happens, your adrenaline kicks in, your training kicks in, and in your mind, you know it's my responsibility as a police officer to rush in and do what needs to be done. It's an analogy I often use, is that a police officer has to be able to flip that switch that goes from I'm community service oriented to, you know, boom, I've got to kick it in to high gear and do what I have to do, and that could be on any given moment. And that's why it's just as important from a mental standpoint that officers be able to separate the job from their personal life.
Right.
Because if you're running on that adrenaline 24/7,
you won't have a personal
you're heading
life.
for a breakdown.
Right.
So, you know, you come, you do your job, you put your heart into your job. When it's time to go home, you go home and you're with your family. You have your hobbies. You do whatever you need to do to decompress, because when you come back the next day, you're thrown back in a whole different world.
The leader
Thank you.
of our Tullahoma Police Department, Mr. Paul Blackwell, Chief Paul
Thank you.
Blackwell. Thank you for everything you do, my friend.
Well, thank you, John.
You've changed the whole deal.
Thank you.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday Miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Welcome back. The musical program His Story Told by Her, a tribute to Michael Jackson, is coming up this Saturday at the South Jackson Civic Center. Fran Gray spoke with show producer and star Kat Murray about the show.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to introduce my friend Kat Murray.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. What about
Good,
yourself?
fine. This is roving reporter Fran Gray. I rove around South Jackson Civic Center most of the time, and if I'm on good behavior, they let me come over here to the studio to talk with friends, and I'm so glad we are friends.
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Catherine Murray is a friend to this whole community and serves in many ways. And Kat is serving currently on our board at South Jackson Civic Center, and she is gifting us with a real special event. Tell us about it, Kat.
Well, it's His Story Told by Her number 10, a tribute to Michael Jackson.
Oh,
and
wow.
all the proceeds are going to go to the South Jackson Civic Center, and we're excited. I've added 2 new dancers, little small ones. We just got to get them small so I can keep them for a while, because a couple of them went off to college and left me, but it's okay. We just keep going.
Well, how many dancers do you have in this show?
This show, I think we're up to 7, 8 maybe. I mean, we kind of go in and out, and we literally add people, and you know, and it just, somebody comes in and they fit in, we just put them in there.
Okay. Well, tell me about his story. Whose story is this?
It's a Michael Jackson. I sing 22 songs. There's 2 songs that I don't sing. And in between some of the songs, there's a little history about Michael Jackson. And we start with I Want You Back, and we just go all the way through the timelines with the costumes and everything. And we're just very excited about the show. We added the second act is always something different, and we're really, really excited about this show.
Oh, good.
And I'll give your television viewers a little bit of information that I've only put on Facebook, is that we're doing a Prince tribute, a very, very special Prince tribute.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
See?
Oh,
See?
boy.
It's always
well,
a secret at the His Story show.
Yes, that's right. Well, how is it that you became so interested in Michael Jackson?
Well, we're only 4 months apart, so so I've been. It's been a long, long time I've been listening to his music, and it's probably more the music than the person. I just really, really love his music from day one, and it's just always been a part of my life. And actually, when he passed away, my dad said, "I feel like I lost my son," because my whole family is so used to all this Michael Jackson all the time for me, and they're like, ah. So I really enjoy it. And speaking of my family, I have 7 siblings, and all of them are making it to the show from Texas, except for one.
Oh,
so come out and meet my family, if nothing else.
Oh.
It's going to be great. They're all, and a niece and 2 great niece and nephews. So I'm very excited. They've been wanting to see the show, and so they'll be bouncing on Tullahoma. So look out, Tullahoma. Here comes my family.
You began this wonderful history, your history of dancing, his story, and singing. 10 years ago?
I do it twice a year.
Oh, you
so
do
it's
it
been
twice.
5 years.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, you are a CEO partner with Farrer School.
Yes, ma'am.
And was that the catalyst to get you started with this?
Yes, because I was getting some, they needed some gym sound system equipment. And so I said, oh, I know what I can do. I can do Michael Jackson and raise some money. And we raised some money and got out. And then that was the only time I was going to do the show. That was show 1. And so here we are again doing it, and we've done it for several organizations, nonprofits, and the young lady at Motlow that got this scholarship that we provided, she's graduated, and so we're happy with that.
Isn't that a wonderful story? So his story has become your story and the stories of many people.
Yes.
So many people have benefited from your kindness and generosity and fun. It's just so much fun to go to the show.
It's a fun show, and I'll probably be, we were talking a couple of weekends ago, the kids were saying, well, we're going to be rolling you across the cat, Miss State. In a wheelchair, Miss Cat, singing, I want you back. I said, yeah, pretty much.
South Jackson is just so grateful for your contributions. We have many things happening there. We have our ongoing PACT program. We have a new program, our theater series, and our wonderful performing arts series. So y'all come over to South Jackson this Saturday night at 7 o'clock for his story, told by Cat. Thank you so much.
We'll be right back in a moment.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Gas prices have fallen for 11 of the past 12 days, reaching a nationwide average of $2.18 per gallon. Drivers are saving 2 cents per gallon compared to 1 week ago, but are paying 5 cents per gallon more this month than last. Overall, gas prices remain lower than last year due to the relatively low price of crude oil, with drivers saving an average of 18 cents per gallon compared to a year ago. The national average price for unleaded gasoline is expected to keep moving lower as we head into the fall, bearing any unexpected disruptions and supplier spikes in the price of the crude oil. Pump prices typically decline during this time of year due to the lower driving demand after the busy summer driving season has concluded and the changeover from the summer blend to a cheaper to produce winter blend of gasoline, which takes a place in most parts of the country starting on September 15th.
The difference between summer and winter blend gasoline involves the Reid vapor pressure of the fuel. RVP is a measure of how easily the fuel evaporates at a given temperature. The more volatile the gasoline or the higher the RVP, the easier it evaporates. Winter blend fuel has a higher RVP because the fuel must be able to evaporate at low temperature for the engine to operate properly, especially when the engine is cold. If the RVP is too low on a frigid day, the vehicle will be hard to start, and once started, will run rough. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, drivers will continue to benefit from an oversupplied market, and AAA predicts that consumers should experience national average prices below $2 at the pump if refineries are successful with the conversion.
The Coffee County Humane Society featured pet this week is Dainty. She is a small Dachshund mixed looking for a good home. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730. Donations for animal care can be made at the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252 in Manchester. Their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
And the pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a shepherd mix named Cash. Cash entered the shelter as an owner turn-in. He's good with other dogs and children, up to date on his vaccinations and microchipped. Cash will receive a free neuter provided by the animal shelter. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up after these messages.
Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have your next truck. From the Ford F-Series, the Ram, Chevrolet, or the GMC, then look no further than the Russell Barnett family. With over 350 new and pre-owned trucks to choose from, now is the time to buy. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, Ford of Winchester, and Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. Why buy anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. The record high was in 1954 at 93 degrees. The record low was in 1929 at 45 degrees. Average high on this day is 83 and the average low is 59. Mostly clear weather in your forecast for tonight with a low expected around 71. Partly cloudy weather in the forecast for Friday with a high of 89 and a low of 71, and a 30% chance of storms on Saturday with a high expected of 87 and a low of 72. And that's our newsletter report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6, wishes you and your families an absolutely beautiful weekend. Thank you.